Hi there, Tony Rogers here. This is a tutorial for Cello 1B, the most popular part of the Saga of Harrison Crabfeathers, and I thought it would be a good idea to do a tutorial on it. I have made a few changes before I get started. I'm going to do a run through it first, and then we'll talk about it. The changes are mostly bowings, but on occasions just some notations of some easier ways to make these pizzicatos work. Something called hammer-ons, and then there's left-handed pizzas. They're also called pull-offs on guitar technique, where you have and I pluck open string with my left hand. Nothing complicated like Paganini, but so that'll help at the end. There's one moment in there where we use both of those techniques at the same time. So I hope this video helps you to do it. Let's do a run through to start, unlike the other tutorials, but here we go. This whole piece starts at letter A for everyone, so here we go.
I'll give you 4 bars before letter A.
Hope you can hear it. Here's
there
the
you
backing
go.
track. And you can start in third position if you want to, or first position.
Letter A.
That was a double down there. I'll point out the next time it comes around. Here's first position. Same notes. Up, down, double down.
Letter B.
Off. This works in second position pretty well. Double down. Second position, if you want to. If first position is what you feel most comfortable doing, then do that. Double down. Letter C, or half position. Rest. One. I'm in second position, first position. 3, 1. 1, 2, D. 2, 3, 1. That's that left-handed pizz. Just makes it a little easier to make it speak.
Repeat.
2, 3, 1. 2, 3, 1. 2, 3, 1. 3, 1. Another left-handed pizz, fourth finger. We'll do all this at the end, so if you want to go through a tutorial on it, rest. Make sure you dampen your string during that section. Rest. Same thing here. That's another pull off. That's a tricky one. Oops, sorry. Stop. Here's that measure I was talking about.
Repeat.
goes in here anywhere. It's the loudest to play. Going back to C. Fourth finger, 1, 3, 1, 4, 3, 1. Here comes the coda. 2, 3, 1.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Hold, hold. 1, 2, 3, hold. Hold your position. Hold, hold. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. Move! Move!
Okay, cool.
Move!
So that little section there at the end, you don't have to keep your bow on the string because you might do some of that. So pull your bow off of the string just to kind of make sure that that doesn't happen. But you can stay out here like this. I think it'll be a cool cinematic effect as we see the full shot. All right, let's go back and talk about a few of these things. First of all, let's do that technique I'm talking. One of those techniques is left hand pull-offs. Left hand pizzas is what we know it in the world. And if you know, there's Paganini caprices of the violin have that, and that's one of the most famous versions of it in the classical music world that I know of. So on this, let's practice that at measure D. That's the second measure of D. We're going to pluck our third finger B, pull our third finger to pluck a G real quick, and then place our third finger back. By the way, this is optional. If this is not working for you, don't make the music suffer by it. Use your own judgment. It's possible. Sorry, 1. To do it all plucking everything. I just think it's kind of sleek. 2, 3, 1. 2, 3, 1. And really this would be like a jazz bass way to do it. So you'll need to practice that maybe. 2, 3, 1. 2, 3, 1. 2, 3, 1. 2, 3, 1. 2, 3, 1. Okay, same thing on 121 when we go open C. 3, 1. Also, I should speak each of these rests. It'd be really great if you can dampen the string so that it doesn't ring through. So it's not 1, 2, 3, 1. It won't be that big a deal, but with the C, it's going to ring right into the first beat. So it'd be good to have it 2, 3, and you can stop the sound with your right hand. 2, 3, 2, 3. And this is a fourth finger pull off. Pizzicato left hand. 2, 3, 1. Every time you see a plus sign, that's what I'm indicating is a left hand pizzicato. Going on to 129, same as before, okay? So measure 137, you can hear me when I hear me in the part that the run through that I just did. Stop. 2, 3, 2, 3, 1. Cleaning up that audio would be really nice to make sure nobody plays in that rest. This is the next section is probably the hardest little moment. 2, 3. I played one extra. 1, 2, 3, rest. Same thing here with a second finger pull off for a D natural. 1. So in this technique here with this E natural to F natural, you could bridge both strings with one finger and be ready for it with a pizzicato. So I'm hitting the B flat and the F natural at the same time. I got a little rattle in my cello right now. A little better. I just added that little section there because I think I played it in the recording. But it's kind of cool. So if you have an older version, you won't have measure 152 that looks like that, but it'll still work. I'm not worried about different versions competing. Going on to letter F, same sort of deal, 154 before that. 2, 3, 1. Make sure you dampen those rests. Letter F, let's jump to it now. Short. Here's the hammer on with a... This technique, it looks like just to analyze, I'm only plucking the open strings, and all the fourth fingers C's are all left-hand pull-offs. And even some of the G's are left-hand pull-offs, or left-hand hammer-ons for the C's. Anyway, and I got rid of the other notes. If you're playing this part and you're playing an old part, probably a good idea to download the most recent version. But I got rid of the last notes that make it difficult to jump back to letter A on the DS. So now let's talk about that. There's two different, I mean, if you want to, this is very approachable in first position. And there's several fingering options. This is what I would do if I'm playing it in first position primarily. Fourth finger E, open A. There's a double down here, down, I'll show it to you also in extended third position. Fourth finger is where you start. Check your A second finger. That's kind of your landmark note to know where you're at. 4, 1, 2, 1, 4, 2, 2. Or you can shift back to 4. That'd be a 2 then, and then in first position. If you're going to do that, very nice to get back to the home base of extended third position. Down, 4, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 2, 1, 3. Now extensions are a tricky thing, and this piece to do that fingering kind of requires it. Practice this. Get this hand opening from 1 to 2. Don't reach with the pinky. Never reach with the pinky. Okay, from B, same fingering actually. It's just a whole step down. So now we're in second position extended. 4, 1, 2, 1, 4. And here's a good chance to go to first position, sorry, with the fourth finger. Back to 4. 4. And you can forte, especially on the DS, as loud as you can play responsibly. I like that note in Facebook. And I mentioned this on the video. You can do or 1, 3. That's kind of hard to do string crossing, or it's not as effective as going to third position. So that's what I'd recommend. 4, 1, 4, 1 in closed position. After the double bar, that E flat, probably be nice to find that with a fourth finger. Rest. That puts your trill on a 1, 3, which is a little stronger and more reliable than a 2, 4 trill. Then back to first position. Or, and I think we covered all the rest of it. Other things to talk about and to mention, especially if this is your first time doing this, the music this is a special case. Starts at letter A, and when you're doing your filming, you can use whatever contraption you need to set up your phone or whatever you're using to film yourself. And it's best to do it in portrait mode, which is the standard box like that. And that would help us out a lot. And start the track, start the headphone monitoring of the track that you're listening to. And all you need to make sure to do is get the claps inside the video that you're sending to me using the Drive uploader. Without the claps, it's more difficult to line up. It's still possible, and it happens, and it's about 5% of the tracks I get, which I hope is a declining percentage, don't include the claps. So please include the claps, even if you're using an external audio interface and external microphones to send your track. Anyway, I hope this 1B helps for the many, many cellists that are signed up for it, this tutorial. And please ask any questions you want in the comments here, or you can send me an email as well to covidcelloproject@gmail.com. And that's it, y'all. Thank you so much for doing this. I think this piece is going to be pretty cool. It's going to be a different thing than we've ever done before, and I'm looking forward to putting it all together. So send me any questions you got. Thanks again for doing this. Please send a donation if you can. And thanks.